Hello, everybody. Welcome to Build Fly Go. So this was a bit of a big day. I believe this was a Friday or a Saturday, early in September, where we decided to head up to northern Wisconsin and make a day of it and collect stamps. I've talked about stamps a little bit in the past. Stamps are, I guess you get a little booklet from the state Department of Aviation, Department of Transportation, and each of the airports in the state has a little ink stamp with the name of the airport, and you just go to the airport, you go into the little building, or sometimes it's by the fuel pumps or whatever, and you stamp your book. And after you get, I think it's a third of the stamps, you get a T-shirt or something, and after you get two-thirds of the stamps, I think there's a bag. I don't know. You get prizes, consolation gifts for having flown to all of these airports. And I had done early on in my flying, I think it was during phase one, I did a lot of stamps. It was basically everything I did was I'd go up, get a stamp, and and that was it. And I had a bunch left over that I hadn't done from northern Wisconsin, mostly because it was a little further to get there, and it was just a little bit more effort than the usual nearby stamps. So this was an opportunity for us to head out there. Our first airport here, which you just saw the landing, is Medford, Taylor County. Medford, I had been to before and forgot to get the stamp. This is where there's the pizza fly-in on, I believe, Wednesdays. I believe it's over now for the winter. But they should hopefully be starting back up in 6 months or so when it's spring here in Wisconsin. But we continue. So that was the first one. We got some fuel, got a stamp. I believe Mary is also collecting stamps.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Mary is cheating by not being the person actually landing the airplane when she gets the stamp, but the stamp book rules do not disqualify those. So we continue. I believe, oh gosh, I'm not even going to try and remember. There we go. Prentice Municipal Airport. So you should be following along on a Wisconsin sectional. I believe it's actually a Green Bay sectional that has all of these airports. So we did a 1 hour-ish flight up to Taylor County, and then it's a bunch of really quick flights from one airport to the next out here. These are all nearby, and northern Wisconsin is really pretty. You're going to notice that there's a lot of little lakes. It's very wooded, which is pretty different from, I guess, most of Wisconsin. Most of Wisconsin is a lot of farmland and sort of less exciting. And once you get to the northern part of Wisconsin, I don't know why it's less farmland, but it's definitely a lot less farmland, and it's very wooded, and there's a lot of little lakes and rivers, and it's really just gorgeous up there. So one more stamp here. I believe this was a slightly bigger airport. Yeah, there's two runways. There are a few bigger airports like this up there, which was surprising. Price County. This had a really nice FBO, if I remember, sort of a log cabin look to it. And off we go, taking off and heading to the next one. The next one, I believe, is going to be Park Falls, and Park Falls was pretty magical. Every so often, I'll say an airport is magical, and it just has this feel to it where it's you landed somewhere that's a little more special than a lot of other places. The Park Falls Airport is north of the city of Park Falls along a river, and there it is. You can see the river, and it just had this wonderful vibe of you're away from things. Turns out we're actually not that far from from the little city of Park Falls, but the airport just seemed phenomenal. Just yeah, I think there was three, maybe five little hangars right there, and I believe there are nav approaches to this runway. There's the river right across from one of the hangars. It's phenomenal. I emailed the city of Park Falls to find out what the hangar land lease rates are, and I think they said it was 7 cents a square foot per year, which is incredibly nice. I believe Madison is close to 50 cents a square foot. Land lease, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with airport hangar terms, if you will. So if you build a hangar at an airport, I think it's most airports. So you get a lease for the land from the city, the county, the government of some sort, or whoever owns the airport, and you basically pay them a fee, an annual fee for the land, and it's a land lease, and it's usually some amount of money per square foot per year. So, and there are different terms on top of that, right? So Park Falls was 7 cents a square foot, and they said that was for the footprint of the hangar, which is very nice, very generous. And it was a 20-year lease, and they said it was renewable. Oh, here we go. Another Manitowish Waters. This was also another larger airport, which is with a really nice grass runway as well. Over here, really nice building. I love the way the clouds are moving with the video sped up a little bit. Anyway, sorry, back to back to hangars. So you pay the annual fee, and usually you also have to pay some sort of property tax as well, depending on the city and all that kind of stuff. And of course, you have to build your hangar, right? That doesn't include the hangar itself or utilities or anything like that. So some airports have an interest in, getting general aviation to come to the airport and people building hangars being based out of there, and definitely Park Falls is one of them. Other airports make different choices about how they want to invest their airport money. You see me being really nice and political there. And the Dane County Madison Airport, unfortunately, has the highest land lease and sort of the strictest terms in the state of Wisconsin, higher than even the big commercial airport in Milwaukee. So there's very little GA development going on in Madison. It's their interest seems to be in generating commercial aviation revenue, which is fair, and it's their choice. Um, so back to this. So we've been thinking about, it would be really nice to have a nice big hangar, blah blah blah, in the northern Wisconsin. So every so often we or I maybe less Mary daydream about building a hangar. But look at this. Look at these lakes. This is just gorgeous with all of the water underneath. I don't think this was bumpy. I don't remember it being bumpy. There's a lot of, usually when you see clouds like this, sort of scattered clouds, somewhat low, you get very different updrafts and little thermals going on because of the shadow of them on the land below, but this wasn't too bad. This wasn't particularly bumpy. A lot of people will say that in the winter, everything is so cold all the time anyway that it's really smooth air, and it's definitely smoother in the winter than in the summer. But this was not an issue. I believe this is yeah, there we go. This is Crivitz, which was sort of a surprising little airport. It's there. I don't believe there were any facilities for this airport, or maybe there was a tiny little building. It was really nice, like on the shorter side runway. I want to say 2,500 feet or something like that, which is very doable in the RV. It's just a little shorter than we usually see. And it was sort of nice. You sort of landed there, and then you turned off at the end of the runway and parked in the grass and walked around a little bit. Pretty nice. Should maybe go back there and walk around a little bit. It's not far from here. It's up near the Green Bay area. I believe it was just northwest of Green Bay. And so here we go. We're on our way. So we went east from northern Wisconsin, and now we're slowly heading back south. I believe this is going to be Shawano. And there are two Shawano airports. There's Shawano downtown, I believe, and then there's Shawano Municipal. Yeah, this is Shawano Municipal, which was also really nice. Has a new little terminal building with snacks and bathrooms and things like that. And I want to say there were two runways. I do remember it was. Oh yeah, there was a Cirrus parked on the turnaround on the runway with a flat tire. So when I came around, I asked on the radio, like the Cirrus on the end of runway whatever runway it was. Are you waiting to, like, should I wait for you to take off? And someone on the radio was like, no, flat tire. He's going to be there until Monday. I was like, oh, that's great. Poor guy. I have a flat tire kit in my airplane. I don't understand. My flat tire kit is definitely not you're going to continue your trip and do multiple flights. It's you can fix your flat tire and get home right away so that you can do the proper fix, right? It's not a long-term forever flat tire fix, but it would keep me from leaving an airplane over the weekend on the end of a runway for sure. So here we go. We are coming back to Madison. Things are maybe starting to look familiar. You can see the lakes sort of on the right there, and the isthmus. Oh yeah, you can sort of see the isthmus. Very good. And yeah, coming up to Madison. If I were to guess, this is 2-1, runway 2-1. We'll see momentarily. But yeah, this was our big trip up to the northern Wisconsin area to collect a bunch of stamps. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. It does help. And go watch some of our other videos. Have a good day.